If you miss any of today's Dean Blundell show, relax. At this moment, other morning shows in town are furiously copying down everything we say.
Furiously copying. Hold on, slow down.
So in 2 days, you'll hear it all again, just not as well done.
Man, this is gold.
You're welcome. This is the Dean Blundell Show on 102.1 The Edge.
I was listening to the news yesterday, and Rob Ford,
Bobby.
they passed this motion to get the LRTs in. So Bobby said, I'm pretty pissed off about the whole thing. But then I find out that in the same council meeting in the city, folks, stay with me. This is good stuff. And it affects you if you ever drive into the city. The plan is to turn the Gardner and the DVP into toll routes for people that don't live in the city. That's the plan. I was so mad on the way to work this morning after I heard that. I was so pissed off.
Did that anger you?
Yeah.
How much is it going to cost? $1?
What? No, it's going to be 407 kind of stuff. That's
it's not like
it's like a $200 bill. Yeah, it's
that's a pain
month,
in the ass,
as they say on Storage Wars. That's a $220 bill. Someone's got to tell that old fat guy there's no $220 bill.
I'd never heard that. That's interesting. So that's past.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the city and this province in general is so poorly run. It's run by morons. Poor, massive, stupid morons. The McGuinty extra tax for the wealthy thing I just went, are you what? And then the NDP decided to get them to do that, so they've taxed a whole bunch of they call them the super wealthy, which it's over $500,000. If you make over $500,000, you get dinged. So that's dumb. If you make over $500,000, I'm sorry for you, and good for you, by the way.
Yeah, you shouldn't. It is an interesting thing.
Drives me crazy
to the people who are super wealthy, because do you penalize them for being extremely successful?
Oh, Dalton's been penalized, all right. Yeah, you do. You do, and then the socialists like the NDP say, "Oh, the guys that make that much money don't need that much money, so let's take some from them and give to the other people." And I got so mad. I got mad at Andrea Horvath yesterday, and I got mad at McGuinty. And then I'm driving to work, and I hear about numbnuts, Tubby McNumbnuts, trying to screw us for more tax money so that people from out of town can pay the city's bill. And I was so pissed off.
I don't know if I hate that one that much.
Of course you don't, because you live in the city. So
no, but I like to use the 407, and I got to pay a bill over there.
Yeah, but you don't pay it to the city. You don't pay it to the province. You pay it to some Spanish guy.
Yeah, but I also pay it because I don't want to be on that dreaded Highway 7 with every light when I could be right next door when I'm just zooming at about 130.
There you go. You have a choice. That's my saying. These guys.
You have a choice using the Richmond or Adelaide.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I got a choice to use the Bayview all the way home. It's going to take me 4 hours.
I'm just saying, you got a choice.
You're an idiot. You, like every other city dweller, thinks the only thing that goes on in Toronto is them. That's it. I don't think about anybody else.
How do they prove that about this city, though? That's another thing I don't understand.
Well, how do they prove what?
Like, is there not a way to get around it in terms of the bill?
I'm sure there is if you put hairspray on your. Apparently, these are the tricks for the 407ers.
What do you do?
You spray hairspray on your license plate, and then when it takes a picture, it just shines it, and you reflects nothing. It looks like a mirror.
There you go.
Yeah.
What problem?
So my goal, other than being pissed off at Dalton McGuinty for being a giant pussy and Andrea Horvath for trying to take money out of people's pockets that she doesn't deserve, and I'd be happy to tell her that when I see her. What pisses me off more is the fact that I have to become a deviant to find ways around it. So I Googled it this morning. You can put hairspray on your license plate.
Cool. You drive without a license plate.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's
too.
Pretty risky, though.
You can just put it on the front because they normally just take pictures of the back.
What about if you put an address? Like, you could say you're my roommate, and then you put my address as your address.
I don't know.
Just want if you.
I think they'll take a picture of your license plate and go, oh, look at that. That guy lives in Markham.
I get it. Okay. Or a company name.
Yeah.
And then you'll send your license and stuff.
Yeah. F.U. McGuinty.
Is that the company name?
F.U. McGuinty. Suck it, Ford. That's what I do.
I don't know. It's just one of these things where you got to concede. It's just
another one of those things. It's so stupid.
It is. They get you. They always get you.
And you granola eating King Street Entertainment District fighting downtown Toronto morons. Go.
You need to get these guys to pay for our stuff.
Dude, and if someone in the 905 did the same thing to the city people, I'd be just as pissed. It's stupid. It's like me saying, well, Todd, because you like to come to my house, and you need to come to my house because you're working at my house, I'm also going to charge you a parking fee for parking at my house, even though you work there. And then on top of it, I'm going to charge you extra for using my house, even though we're working. It's the stupidest thing in the world.
Well, is it going through for sure?
Probably. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, even this LRT, like, it's not even going to be really done until 2020. And, like, all this stuff, like,
Yeah.
and they're fighting about it now. It's like Rob Ford might
Might he might expire before that Ford
Yeah.
vote. Yeah.
he doesn't even have to be
No,
pissed.
if he keeps his weight loss challenge up, he might for sure. You're going the wrong way. We should charge him a fat tax. That's what they do in some cities. Charge
they
people
should
a
have
fat
that.
tax.
They should.
So some big fat pig like Rob Ford decides that he wants to take up too much space in a restaurant. You should charge him. Oh, you're too fat. We need to charge you for 2 people. How's that? You're just going to go and willy-nilly tax people.
You're angry today.
God, I hate taxes. God damn it. It's a stupid McGinty and Horvath and this moron idiot mayor we have with I'm just a big fat gopher.
The Dean Blundell Show. Mornings on the Edge.
This is your Edge Files with Dean Blundell on the Edge.
Folks, did you have a drum roll there, Drughead? Thanks. Let's get Drughead, our technical producer, to do a drum roll. Folks, good news. Todd forwarded me an article this morning, and wow, I'm amazed Todd found the article. Maybe it found him. A scientist has found the Gspot.
You're a winner on the Dean Blundell Show. Yay!
You're a retard.
Sean. He's talking about Sean.
Back to the music, please. Yeah, some guy found the Gspot.
This is the bad news, though. Coming up.
Yeah, how he found it.
Yeah.
And where.
He dug deep.
Yeah, Adam Ostrensky, a retired doctor and researcher, traveled to Poland this past September to conduct a stratum by stratum anterior vaginal wall dissection on an 83-year-old female cadaver.
Ah, you heard that right.
You read that to you again, kids. Not kidding. It's just figure of speech. It did mean children, I meant people. The doctor conducted a stratum by stratum anterior vaginal wall dissection on an 83-year-old cadaver. His study, published in May in the Journal of Sexual Medicine, appears to confirm the anatomical existence of the Gspot. Oh, imagine getting to it, though.
I don't get it.
No. It's like Land of the Lost, almost. Bushwhacking and cutting and hacking and seeing stuff you'll never see again, hopefully. Anyway, he's going to return to Poland in May to verify his findings of the female cadaver of other age groups. Thank God.
Yeah, he's going into the hundreds.
Yeah. I'm looking for a 102-year-old Gspot. It's my conviction that it's not something that this 83-year-old lady had and the rest of you guys don't, he said from his home in Florida, was the director of the Institute of Gynecology. That's a
cool
sweet
place.
institute.
I'm going to graduate from there one day, man. Where'd you graduate from? The Institute of Gynecology.
IG.
Yeah.
IGU. Theories about the Gspot have long been controversial. The March issue of the Journal of Sexual Medicine, a research team reported there's no strong, consistent evidence to confirm the anatomical existence of the Gspot. Even though it's a highly sensitive area, this guy says he was skeptical. Once the autopsy was completed, he began his dissection in Warsaw. After 7 hours, he found the Gspot. 7 hours with a scalpel.
A very careful
and a
work.
microscope and a bunch of other people. So how are we supposed to find it?
I know.
Come on.
He found it under 5 layers of connected tissue and muscle.
And it's inside a sac, a bluish grape-like composition. A bluish, this is what it says. I'm reading it.
I know.
Ladies, a bluish grape-like composition inside a sac located between the inferior pubocervical fascia and the superior dorsal perineal membrane. Basically, it's at the bottom of the vajayjay right before it gets to the gooch. That's what he's saying.
I see. Oh, it's on that side.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been going the wrong way.
No, it's not up at the top,
Okay.
dude. What are you, dumb?
I'm dumb.
Yeah.
I'm stupid. Well, I mean,
You seem to be finding something
yeah,
in there.
I've made a few women, cry after in a good way.
Yeah, that's nice, man.
Well, it's true in a good way.
The doctor says the grape shape is characteristic of an erectile body. This Gspot was 8.1 millimeters long.
That seems long.
Yeah. When they removed it, it was 33 millimeters long. So the old lady was a grower, not a shower.
That's gross.
It's totally gross. I want to puke thinking about it. It's a terribly gross joke. Those are your Edgefiles. Whatever the hell day it is in April 2012.
The Edgefiles on 102.1. The Edge.
I woke up to go get me a cold pop. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, this
The
is...
Dean Blundell Show.
Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus.
Dean Blundell Show.
I got bronchitis.
102.1.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So we were talking before Harold, the jewelry buyer, got held up yesterday. Well, not really held up. Some guy he used to do business with, you smashed him in the head with he pistol whipped him. If you're wondering what a pistol whipping is when you don't shoot someone with a gun, you beat them with it.
You hit him hard with the handle usually.
Yeah, he's got a crazy shiner. No, just a crazy shiner.
Still, this guy, it seems anyway, he never met a camera he didn't like.
Yeah, no, he's got no problem with it. You know what he's thinking the whole time he's getting smashed in the head, maybe? It's going to be good for business. People are going to see what's happening here. You're going to feel sorry. Get on, go on, buy some jewelry. Sell me some.
Let's
Get a
interview.
40% loan.
Can you interview me right behind my Harold, the jewelry buyer sign
Is that
with
what
the
he
phone
did?
number? Yeah.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Do the interview right where you can see the sign of the phone number of my business.
In big yellow and ugly blue.
So do you have the audio? This is the audio of because he enjoys the cameras. Todd said Harold, the jewelry buyer, is also Harold, the camera lover. I have very little, just so you know.
Yes.
I think many people who try and earn a decent living have very little respect for people that loan money and buy jewelry. It's just not a pleasant business. I just read that his whole business got gutted by a fire that was set by an arsonist in 2010.
Well, there was this big scandal, wasn't there? Like between him
and then him and Russell, I guess Russell Oliver, or some kind of fight, and then some woman, and then the death threats.
Yeah, it was
whatever.
nuts.
So, I mean, this guy isn't without controversy. And
No.
sure, he got smashed in the face, but this doesn't look or sound like the voice or face of a man that really, truly cares. And if you listen to the interview,
This gentleman who had been here 3 times previously, and he had left here a few rings on a loan, and he came back under the pretext that he wanted to buy them.
Yeah, I thought
wanted
it
to
sounded
sell
like he
them.
farted. Go back. Did he
3 times
fart?
previously,
Is he Harold the farter?
and he had left here a few rings on a loan, and
Yeah.
he came back under
That
the
is a
pretext
fart.
that he
Sounds like he
3
squeaked
times
one out.
previously,
Show me the video. He farted.
and he had left here a few rings on a loan, and
Yeah, that's a fart.
came back under
Harold
the pretext
Gerstle
that
farted.
He wanted to buy them. He wanted to sell them, and
Go back.
take
I
a
don't
little
care
bit more
about
money.
that now. He farted in the middle of the
So I
Harold the jewelry
left
farter.
here a few rings on a loan, and he came back under the.
He does a lean, too.
Does he do the lean?
He does a bit of a head lean.
Well, he's been hit in the head. He's not sure, right?
And
Listen.
and he had left here a few rings on a loan, and he came back under the pretext
It was a
that he
fart,
wanted
though. It's
to
gone
buy
right.
them. He wanted to sell them, and take a little bit more money.
And I farted.
So I said, okay, I'll let me
fart.
look at them. I go and take
Fart.
them out of the safe and start studying them.
After
All of
I
a sudden,
farted.
I see him pulling out a gun from his waist, and
He farted again. He
panicked, and I just leaped at the gun, and
This whole time. Going on.
panicked, and I just leaped at the gun, and he started banging me on the head with the butt of the gun.
Banging his head with the butt.
And I kind of
Blacked out.
blacked out for a few minutes, so I don't recall exactly what happened. But
What's going on?
everything is recorded in the video, and apparently he.
Oh, I can't even listen to
Yeah.
this guy. Yeah. he's-
Apparently he what? He smashed you in the face with a gun because you're involved in a higher risk business venture. Would that be fair to say? Would that
It
safe
must
to
be. I
say?
don't know. You're taking people who are desperate and generally, right?
Yeah.
You're giving them money, which isn't really what it's worth because he's. Well, I don't know if he does, but I was going to say, typically in this business, you kind of. Would you not say you would people in this business, not necessarily him, would prey on sort of desperation, and then you get things much. You buy them when they're worth much more.
Traditionally,
I'm
that's
trying
how
to
that business
say,
works.
yeah. Which would, to answer your question, make it more of a high risk business.
I would say,
think.
yeah. I mean, if you were to Google the litany of run-ins and issues, Harold, there he is right now. No income statements necessary. Oh, that's easy to do then. Harold. Oh yeah, there's open Sundays.
I mean, if you had like a $5,000, say, set of earrings,
Yeah.
and you went in, and then I don't know, I'm just giving an example. Someone say they offered you $500, but you knew you needed that $500. Mm-hmm. Someone might be pissed eventually, right? Is that how it works? I don't know. Thankfully, I've never had to sell jewelry. Only myself, Dean.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And not to him. To other men. I have zero sympathy for him, so I just think it's funny. It's too bad, but funny.
This is the Dean Blundell Show. Dean
She took a hard fall off there.
Blundell,
I can't breathe. Oh,
Dear. Gosh, I hope she's okay.
102.1
ow, 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 ow.
The Edge.
Time for listener email.
And open phones.
What's that?
And open phones, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, a little. It's a hybrid. See, what happens is, folks, at 6:50-ish, we do a hybrid open phones. Good morning, Derek.
Hi.
Derek just joined us a couple minutes ago, so good morning, Derek.
Hello.
He's got a blind movie review today, and it's going to be exciting. I don't want to give it away, so it's coming up shortly.
Hope
though.
so.
That it's going to be exciting, or
Yeah.
that it's done?
No, it's done.
Okay.
It's also sort of like listener tweets, too. Like, you can't just say email anymore. There's so many different ways.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
You can get a hold of us thousands of ways. It's Blind Derek on Twitter. I am Toddy Tickles, or it's Dean Blundell, or D Blundell Show. Preferably that one, because we've been told we can't mix business and pleasure. So
No, we're good. We can do it.
yeah, right. Anyway, 416-870-EDGE, 870-3343. Time for open phones. Hey guys, did you hear about the prick that killed the dog?
Prick being the operative word, too.
This story, and you know
Yeah,
what's funny
yeah.
is after he sent me the email, I saw the story. This poor old lady on TV out walking her dog. It's a collie or maybe a border collie. I don't know. A Shetland sheepdog.
Sheltie? Or, yeah.
Shetland. Yeah, it's a Sheltie. His name was Diesel. Celebrating his 6th birthday out for a walk. When this woman is standing at the corner of Bayview and 19th, this dickhead walks over with a stick and a thing on the end of it
I hate this story.
and hit the dog with it. And the woman didn't realize it had a 4-inch spike on the end of it.
I can't even.
The dog. She walks the dog home. She lays him down. He slowly dies.
Right in the mouth. Got
In
the
the
dog
mouth?
right in the mouth, yeah.
Diesel, poor little Diesel.
And she thought it was just
No,
a
he got
little-
it in the side too, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
both.
Well, I heard the mouth too, but anyway.
Shiv on a stick, stabbed to death. Shiv on a stick, doesn't matter. Dead, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll go with mouth because I don't need the fight today.
You want to go?
So they arrest the guy. I what's the guy's name? I want to find. He's 68-year-old Richmond Hill guy.
He was a quiet man.
He was an asshole. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but I don't think anybody's going to disagree with me. This guy's an asshole.
If you said the ass and I said the whole part, would that work?
Yeah.
With a W.
Doesn't give his name. Some 68-year-old guy. 68-year-old guy from Richmond Hill. Doesn't surprise me he's from Richmond Hill either.
Yeah, why haven't they identified
It's an
him?
old crabby a-hole. God, I want to punch him out.
Yeah, it gives a new meaning to grumpy old men, eh?
Oh, my God. He hates dogs. He apparently was slapping the stick against the ground after trying to get the blood and the fur off it. That's what the woman said. And she was bawling on TV.
I can't even... Honestly, this story just... Oh.
God, I want to find that guy. I know a bunch of York Region guys. Maybe I'll ask him who it is and go to his house and...
Take matters into your own hands.
Yeah.
Go with a stick with a little shiv at the end of it.
Yeah. No, a giant black dildo on the end of it.
Yeah, I'll put a strap-on on.
Come here, you. Hey, the Edge.
Hey, man.
Hey.
I just want to put in my 2 cents about this guy with the dog.
Yeah.
I just want to say that I'm going to be going to that court date, and I'm going to buy a couple cartons of eggs, and whoever's with me, let's go throw them at him.
Got him, boy. You know, it's as you should. I've never condoned vigilante justice, but when it includes eggs and a 68-year-old dickhead that killed dog killer. That dog didn't do anything. He's walking with his owner. He didn't bite anybody. He was just standing there. No. I understand if it's a pit bull and you happen to have a stick with a shiv on the end of it and the guy's going after one of your kids. Sure, get him in the business. But hey, the Edge.
Yeah, I'm calling about the guy that hit the dog. I think that's disgusting. I think one of the problems with our society is that we tend to kind of place ourselves above animals, and I'm not really sure why. Because let's face it, I have pets, and my pets don't care whether I'm gay or straight or poor or.
They care if you're gay if the dog's going after your leg, dude.
Well,
you just don't want it to finish.
That's a freebie. I don't really mind that.
No, but he's saying that that's why we tend to love our animals so much.
But animals are far superior, or humans are. You can't. They're you don't. No, you don't. You don't put.
No,
humans,
I wanted to see.
You don't put humans down when
they
get when they have a broken leg. You put animals down with a broken leg.
I just wasn't sure the point he was trying to get at.
I wasn't either. That's why we're moving on. Hi, the Edge. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, dude.
Oh, hey, dude. I got a question.
Yeah.
Why is it always a giant black dildo? You guys got to stop selling the rest of us short.
Well, I just picked a color. How about a pink dildo? Giant pink one.
Well, that would look more like mine.
How about a giant gray one? They have all kinds of color. I saw a red one the other day that had racing stripes on it.
Hey, that reminds me of a joke. You'll like this one, Dean. So, a boss leaves his sex store, right? Leaves this girl in charge. Or no, he leaves a guy in charge. It doesn't matter. First customer comes in. She asks, how much is that white dildo up there? $35 or whatever. Takes it.
I know how much. I know which one's the most expensive. I know. Thank you. Hi, the Edge. I wasn't playing the race card. I just picked a color.
I don't know why. It was just
tires are black too. So. Yeah. Hey, whoa, hey. Hi, the Edge.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, dude, what's happening?
Nothing. I just want to talk about that dog prick.
Yeah.
I think a bunch of us should go and just get a bunch of dogs to go take a dump on his lawn.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We should have like a dog rally where you feed your dog a bunch of those like sausages.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we go to the guy's house and we stand on his lawn. And not only do the dogs take a dump on it, we also maybe move our bowels near his home.
We'll eat the sausages. They can't do too well for us.
Sausages go right through humans, right through us. Maybe a dentabone.
Hang on, Dean. I'm just showing out.
You're killing me, but my teeth feel great. Hey, the Edge.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, dude.
I just want to tell you a story talking about all this manure and anything that's going on.
I don't think so. I've never talked about manure at all. I wasn't sure what you were saying. Hi, the Edge.
Good morning, fellas. How are you?
Good, you?
Good. I didn't get a chance to call in the other day and say congratulations on your 11 years.
Thank you.
I just want to say you've kept me entertained, and many voices have come and gone. It comes with the industry, but, it's great to have Derek back, and I think the greatest addition to your team is Uncle D. Keep fighting the good fight against Mother Nature, my friend.
Thank you.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great day. It's nice, eh?
It is nice.
Boy, I tell you start talking about pets, you watch people go crazy.
Yeah.
Hi, the Edge.
Hey, how's it going, boys?
Good, you?
Good, thanks. Listen, I just want to throw my 2 cents in on this toll situation.
Yeah.
for those of us that live up north, I think we should start putting tolls on the road for Rob Ford and his buddies that come up to cottage country that aren't permanent residents.
It's not a bad idea. If they want to put road tolls on us, because Rob Ford was like, "Hey baby, I think we're gonna put the toll on the gardener and maybe the DVP too. Just that makes a little extra money for people that don't live in Toronto. It'd be pretty good. A good idea." So maybe we should toll him. I'm telling you, we have a fat tax. Those tolls comes off the road pretty fast. You do a fat tax in the city. They do fat taxes in other places, dude. If you're over a certain, like if you're morbidly obese, like Rob Ford is, they should do a fat tax. How many times that guy been to the hospital? How many times you call the police to his house? You know how many resources he's taken up?
I don't think the police were called because he was fat, though.
No, they were called because a 68-year-old comedian was in his driveway. Wearing a princess
keeps getting
outfit.
older and older.
104. Hi, The Edge.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good. You?
Yeah, good. Yeah, apparently this guy lived in a basement apartment yeah, just.
Oh, you're talking. Sorry, we're back to the guy that killed the dog with the stick and the knife on the end of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's an excuse to kill a pet.
Yeah, this is one reason why I don't read the news in the morning and stuff. You know, it's all depressing. You know, like you start your day off good and everything, and just pisses you right off.
Well, maybe when this guy goes to jail for being such a knob, hopefully he gets some jail time. It's murder. He killed an animal. It's cruelty to animals. He should go to jail.
Yeah.
He should. I mean, you know,
Michael Vick did.
Yeah, but that was a business.
No.
Yeah, he's running a business, Todd. It's different.
Well, he still was cruel to animals.
Very cruel to animals.
Yeah. It's not so far different.
No, it's not different at all. I was joking.
It was a white-collar crime.
Yeah. With a dog involved.
Yeah.
How are you this morning?
Good. What's shaking?
You know, living the dream, brother. What's that dog thing, man?
What about it?
Oh, I got a couple dogs myself. I got a German Shepherd and a Rottweiler, and my Rottie's got one of these heads that you can keep beating until it'll just keep coming out at you. And I don't do that to my dog, but I would love for that guy to come see my dogs. I really would, because you know why? I got these two dogs that are a pack now. They're a team. So if you attack one dog, that other dog would just rip its guy's throat right out.
That's kind of scary.
You're one of those great owners.
This is a lot of fun.
Okay.
That kind of wasn't what I was told.
No.
However, if he managed to get into your house and try and do something to one of the animals, I'd be fine with that. I just don't think we should come looking for it, right?
So nice to have pets, though. You come home, jump up,
rip
all over
out
you.
your throat.
You ever see those videos on YouTube where the guys come home from the war and they're way overseas and their dogs jump up?
Yeah, big
mine
time.
does that if I leave and forget the key, forget something, come back. Yeah.
Hey! Imagine if we were half the man the dogs thought we were. Just half.
You loser. If the dog could speak.
If that dog knew who we really were, he wouldn't be jumping on our lap trying to sniff our nuts. Hi, The Edge. Hello. Hi, The Edge.
Hi there, how you doing?
Good.
You guys are talking about the dog.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I say, I don't disagree, and I am an animal lover, but you guys are talking about beating up a 68-year-old man.
Yeah,
man.
I'd love to.
On.
I'd love to. Did you see the woman bawling her eyes out?
I don't disagree, but you don't know what. Like, he's a little old man. Good,
little old man. He's not a little
what?
old man. My dad's 69. He's not an old. I don't consider him an old guy.
Dude, mean acts. People that are 70 years old aren't absolved from doing a-hole things. I'm sorry, age doesn't matter.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not saying that.
Well, then quit using the 68-year-old argument, brother. Huh?
You can't beat an old man. It's just
I could. I could beat him. Did you see the old lady crying? She was bawling her eyes out.
I don't, like I say, I don't disagree with you. What he did
I
wrong,
would. I would take
can't-
pleasure in it.
And dude, I'm
It
sure there's a
would
lot of
be my
68-year-old dudes
pleasure.
who would kick your butt. Like, I wouldn't knock all old
You'd
men
probably get a
strength.
couple good shots in.
Yeah.
I don't fight too good, man. I'm a radio guy.
I don't, like I say, I love animals. I'm not saying that it's not wrong. But I mean, he's an old man. Like you don't even know if he's all there. It's just like he's an old man.
Who cares?
Not that
Dude,
old.
your argument that he's an old man holds no intellectual weight, even though you have some sympathy for him, and I get it. I have sympathy for old people, too. But not for old, mean a-holes. You know what I mean? Because that guy was probably a young a-hole, and then he grew into a middle-aged a-hole. Now he's an old, mean a-hole.
And it sounds like it was a premeditated thing, too. The fact that he sort of...
You don't fashion a shiv on the end of the stick because you're old and not going to do anything, or you're out for a walk.
Picking up litter.
Yeah, you do have like the premeditated. You don't just tie a knife to a stick without.
Are you getting it now? Would you beat him up too with us?
Do you want to come to his house with us and slap him around now?
No, I can't. Like I say, I just feel bad. He's old. It's just wrong somehow in my head. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, what if we? You know what? What if we just replaced his dentures with razor blades?
Yeah, you know what? Like I say, that I could live with. But to actually, like I say, to just sit there
to beat him up? You want me to put razor blades in his dentures, but
cool.
don't punch him in the face. Put a bear trap on his pecker.
Boundaries.
That's totally cool.
Boundaries.
That's cool. You can hang him and cut out his entrails, but don't punch him.
No.
It's too bad he wasn't a jewelry buyer.
Okay, here you go. The Dean Blundell Show, 102.11. The Edge.
Is that movie really out of focus? Did that actor really not have a face? No!
It's the Blind Movie Reviewer!
Hey, Derek. Derek's blind. He's going to review a movie, and I'm fascinated by which one it is.
Well, it's been an interesting April. 100-year anniversary of the Titanic disaster. And just about the 15th anniversary of the Titanic movie, James Cameron. And a little-known landmark in the Titanic sphere of things, it's the 2-year anniversary of the direct-to-DVD movie Titanic 2.
What?
Get out of here.
Titanic 2.
When?
Now, I saw a movie yesterday. I was looking for a movie.
Yeah.
So I grabbed a movie yesterday, and you know what I did?
What?
It said Waking the Titanic, and I'm like, is that a sequel, a prequel? What is it? But I didn't even know. Apparently, there's a different one also that went straight to DVD.
Yes.
Just the Titanic 2. It was just...
Titanic 2.
Okay.
Dumb idea.
I didn't know.
It's stars... have you ever heard of the great actor Shane Van Dyke?
No.
No? Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
I'm going to IMDb him. Is there anything there?
I don't know.
Okay.
I honestly don't know. He plays Hayden Walsh, who's a rich guy who decides to build his own ship to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Titanic sinking, and he calls it Titanic 2.
Great idea.
And he starts off the movie, I have a clip here for you, in a very Bill Pullman Independence Day type speech about his new vessel.
A day where the lives lost on board this ship's predecessor were remembered with the creation of the greatest, fastest, most sophisticated ship ever created, the Titanic 2.
Got a bit of a speech impediment there. I don't know if you heard that or not, but he's a great actor. Anyway, so unfortunately, the one thing that I discovered and my wife watching it told me was that unfortunately, the Titanic 2 was a really poorly done CGI thing.
Oh, no.
It's like really, really,
It was like those
really...
3D piranhas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those weren't real? What? Those weren't actors?
So this time, the Titanic 2 sailing from New York to Southampton. So it leaves New York, goes past the Statue of Liberty and all the palm trees that you normally see in New York City, and heads out to sea.
Right.
Apparently, it was shot in Long Beach, California.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They didn't bother with getting rid of those
the palm
things.
trees, did they?
So we get into another aspect that was a little poorly done was the dialogue, and I have a little bit of a scene here for you. The sort of poorly rehearsed, poorly memorized lines that kind of speckle this whole film. Here's a scene on the bow with Hayden and Amy.
You still got the earrings I gave you.
Let's face it, you cared a lot more about your money and your boats than you did about me.
Yeah, well, I did need your paranoid father looking over my shoulder my whole life.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Is that a porn?
Well, this is the thing.
Well, yeah,
the production quality of this film, I was half expecting anybody in any given scene just to kind of drop down and start having the sex.
This is horrible.
But unfortunately, the only tit in this movie is in the first 3 letters.
Oh my
of the
God,
title.
this was a real movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't think it was either.
It totally is. So
I didn't think it was either.
Oh, Shane Van Dyke's a real guy.
he's a real dude.
Do you know his brother's in the movie?
Is he?
Yeah, his brother Kerry Van Dyke.
Oh, well.
And do you know who their grandfather is?
Dick?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Shane's grandfather's dick.
Yeah.
What's up
so.
with Shane's grandfather's dick?
No.
Oh,
His grandfather's dick.
who's Shane Van Dyke's grandfather's
His
dick?
dick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
He knows Dick. So now the movie really kind of.
I didn't know this was a real.
I know.
The movie. I'm telling you, this. I'm so fascinated by this. So the movie really gets going. Not too far the way in. So here's the clip that get things going for you.
Coast Guard has issued an ocean-wide alert. Coast Guard? That's great. What the hell caused it? An ice glacier collapsed off the coast of Greenland. We're well prepared for icebergs. It's not the iceberg, Mr. Walsh. It's the 800-mile-an-hour tsunami that has everyone concerned.
800-mile-an-hour tsunami. That's faster than the speed of sound, folks. And that tsunami is packing icebergs. They're surfing on that tsunami wave. So things start to become a little familiar.
The entire thing will be underwater within 30 minutes.
Okay, begin the evacuation. Fill all the boats that we have.
Women and children first.
Looks like history's repeating itself.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. That's very David Caruso. Dude, you should play that again. That is awesome. It's history repeating itself with David Caruso. That is. I didn't think this was a real movie.
This is the worst movie ever made.
I haven't seen a second of it, and it sounds like it could be the worst movie in history.
I love at the beginning too. They're like Titanic, dude. They're like, yeah. Like, who's going on Titanic?
Who's
dude?
going first? Man, you should see your faces.
So another character.
Sorry, can we play it one more time?
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Play it one more time. Play that last clip one more time.
The entire thing will be underwater within 30 minutes.
Okay, begin the evacuation. Fill all the boats that we have.
Women and children first.
Looks like history's repeating itself.
And then another character, the Coast Guard captain, strangely enough, looks a lot like James Cameron.
No.
Got the white hair and the parted and everything like that, and his name is James in this, but
probably not the Billions. But anyway,
no.
So, okay.
Listen to the fine acting in this clip here.
Titanic 2, this is Captain James Mann, U.S. Coast Guard. What is your situation?
Sir, we've experienced an iceberg collision. We need immediate assistance. Captain, I think we have another problem.
We have another problem. Can any of you guess what potentially could be worse than an 800-mile-an-hour tsunami?
An 800-mile-an-hour iceberg?
Let's find out.
The ice is continuing to destabilize.
So what are you telling me, Doctor?
If it collapses, a massive landslide of ice into the Atlantic will create a mega tsunami that will dwarf the last one.
There's another wave coming. It's bigger than the last one. When it comes, it's going to be big.
It's bigger than what? It's bigger than the last one, and when it comes, it's going to be big.
No way. A little redundant,
yeah,
Captain.
I started thinking that maybe this wasn't the movie I was hoping it was going to be, and this whole and it was solidified by this scene when they're in the ship's medical room.
Yeah.
And there's a medical emergency in the ship's medical room, the room that has all the medical supplies, like the gauze, and,
sure.
and this is what they come up with this open wound that this woman has. See if you can figure out what she decides to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna die!
It's going to be okay.
Put some
Just hang in there.
Put the pressure on it. Put some pressure on the wound.
Whatever you're going to do it fast.
All right.
Okay. Hurry!
Give me a credit card. It's okay. We just have to cover up the wound, okay? I need some tape.
You're going to be fine.
Give me some tape, please.
Where's the tape?
They used a credit card and Scotch tape to cover up the wound.
That scene actually sounds a bit like a porno.
Give me your credit card.
Cover up the wound.
And some duct tape. Put some pressure on her wound. As much pressure as you can over and over and over and over and over again.
Listen to her just go.
I'm gonna die. So there's no association between this film and the first one, obviously. They make that very kind of clear.
Yeah.
Except I don't think they're telling the exact truth, because the end credits, the song that played in the end credits, sounded kind of familiar. Let's take a listen.
You gotta be kidding me.
The Titanic 2 set sail. It looked like a giant salami. Who'd have thought it'd be hit by a tsunami, followed by a giant super tsunami. Slam! Splash! The world's worst tragedy. Until my boyfriend fixes his handycam and comes out with Titanic Part 3. Is that good?
Yeah.
Do I still have to sleep with you? Okay. That's showbiz. I guess the tape ran out.
I'm going to give Titanic Part 2 1 blurry out of 5, and that's the way I see it.
It's the Blind Movie Reviewer! The Dean Blundell Show. Wake up! Mornings. Wake up. On the Edge.
I read a story in the Edgefiles earlier. They apparently found the Gspot.
In the grossest way possible.
Yeah, a cadaver of an 83-year-old Polish chick who's dead. That's what cadaver means.
They went so deep to get it.
Oh, man. Through 5 layers of subcutaneous perineal skin. Apparently, it's between the a-hole and the vag, kids. That's where it is. I didn't know. It's a crazy story, though. Because everybody's looking for it. We've been looking for it. It's like, they found Titanic. We just heard. They did 2 of them. But I was, Todd sent me this story, of all people, of course. Todd sent me the story. He goes, hey, good news, Dean. First thing in the morning, like, some guy found the Gspot finally.
He's a creepy looking doctor, too.
Yeah. Guy from Florida, Adam Ostrensky, retired doctor that wears way too many scarves. You see that scarf in his picture? Yeah. And he looks all serious, like, it looks like he thinks he's a rock star, even though all he did was find the button.
I'm the Gspot founder.
Well, I've incidentally found it a few times myself as well, and I don't even need a
dead chick.
I don't need a dead woman from Poland, nor do I need a medical degree. I hit something. Yeah, he found a retired doctor. This is a good story. Went to Poland. He basically peeled apart each layer of the anterior vaginal wall
of an 83-year-old.
Yeah. 83-year-old dead lady in Poland.
I wonder if I was going to say something. I don't know.
He said from his he found the May issue. It'll come out. The May issue of the Journal of Sexual Medicine appears to confirm the anatomical existence of the pleasure zone known as the Gspot. What is it and where is it? Bluish grape-like compositions. Oh, it doesn't sound romantic at all.
Well, she's dead, of course.
I can't wait.
Everything's blue.
Baby, I can't wait to give you a bluish grape-like composition spot. Orgasm. Do you want a bluish grape-like orgasm? Is that what you want? Yeah,
I got what you need.
Like yeah.
Did they not have younger cadavers?
Well, see, he's going back to do different age groups now. He's thinking, if it took me, it was 7 hours of autopsy surgery to find it with a knife and a scalpel. And, folks, can I say this too? I've been known to find it with my wiener in about 5 minutes. I don't even need to cut anybody open. That's cheating. That guy cheated.
That's not fair.
No.
Anyone can find it eventually that way.
And how does he? Yeah, big. And what's the other thing is, how is she supposed to say, "Oh yeah, that's it"? That's right there. Right there. Oh,
Yeah,
baby.
he doesn't know.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless she woke up.
Could be the
Yeah,
less
yeah.
popular H spot.
Yeah.
I found that one many times.
The H spot.
Otherwise known as the bum.
Oh.
That was the
He cheated. He totally cheated.
I know. You can't do that.
No. It's more fun to find it with your hands and your genitals.
As long as you cut your nails.
Yeah.
I don't know how he proves that. How do you prove that? How do you come back? Yeah, I found
It
it inside the
says
sac
here-
located between the interior pupil cervical fascia. No, you don't know.
On the superior dorsal perineal membrane. That's the gooch, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the gooch.
You
That's
wrapped
the
up the
perineal
gooch.
membrane is the gooch. I have a small amount of medical and science training from university, and I can tell you what the superior dorsal perineal membrane is.
It's called the dorsal?
Gooch. It's the Gucci. Gooch. So soft. No wonder it's there.
Someone sent the funny email.
What?
No, we should try and find it on Nikki. She said H.
Those are age spots.
You need like a team of doctors. A chainsaw. So good news, ladies. Apparently, you all have one, and you can go to Poland, and they'll find it for you. It's about 4 to 6 weeks of recovery time, though.
On 102.1, The Edge.
Time for some open phones and listener email. Hey, The Edge.
Hey, Dean, how you doing, buddy?
Who's this?
It's Jamie.
Oh, drunk Jamie from yesterday?
Yeah, man.
How you feeling, bud?
I'm walking around with a pumpkin on my head right now.
Oh, dude, you were awesome yesterday.
I don't even remember calling you guys.
Oh, no way.
Are you serious?
No, I had no clue I called you. One of my buds said, yeah, I was on the What's Wrong With You apparently yesterday.
Yeah, you're a rod pusher. You're a welder, right?
Yeah, man.
Did you get a job offer?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
From what?
we sent some. Yeah, we emailed you. Some guy wants to give you a job.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's a welder. He's looking for a welder. We emailed it to you.
Oh, man, I haven't even looked. I can't even look at light right now.
You sound way different.
Do we have any audio in from yesterday? Yeah. We have the promo. Do you want to hear yourself?
Sure.
You were
This is
awesome,
how
man.
wasted you were. So you called us. You'd been drinking since like 2 a.m. You called us at like 9:30 or 9.
Right.
And you had just had $42 worth of McDonald's delivered by a cab.
Which was a great move.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember getting the McDonald's. Because I was wasted. But, hey, man.
What?
I just know I was drinking cherry whiskey and tequila.
Oh, dude, you
Don't
were.
ever
I
do
have.
that.
I've heard drunk guys before. You were like, and you weren't mean drunk, or you were fairly coherent. You were slurring like crazy, but you were just fun. Were you having a good time last night or yesterday?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, like going into work and...
You went to work?
Well, I did, but they locked us out.
Yeah, that's
right?
what you're saying. Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you wanted to get wasted.
And you remember, and back to the cherry. You drinking that because you didn't have grenadine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, you're telling us. You're like, I used cherry whiskey
Yeah.
because it ran out of the grenadine.
More booze.
Here you go. Do you have it? Listen, this is you yesterday.
The Dean Blundell Show.
On The Edge.
I'm a bit wasted this morning.
You're kidding.
I just figured I'd throw my own 11-year-old Dean Blundell party.
You had an 11-year-old Dean Blundell show party?
Oh, yeah. Tequila sunrise, baby.
Well, the sun's up. You might as well bang a little tequila sunrise. The problem is you'll probably be able to cut your throw up with a pair of scissors.
Oh, it's okay. I got some Ronnie's delivered, so...
Where do they deliver? What are they delivering?
McDonald's.
Yeah, I got
Taxi.
a cow delivered.
So how much was your McDonald's?
$42.
The rest online. Here you go, Jamie.
Holy crap, man.
No recollection at all, eh?
Oh, no. I think by that point, I finished the bottle of tequila, man. I haven't done that in years.
You drank an entire bottle of tequila, like a 26 or a 40?
Yeah, 26 or hell, 40. I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
No, you wouldn't, sir. How do you feel today?
Oh, man. Like,
Garbage.
death just knocked on my door.
Do you have those inside shakes and the craps and all that other stuff going on?
Oh no, not yet. I'm not even out of bed. Like, I got my alarm set for you guys. You guys come on in the morning, so I just kind of woke up and listened to you.
No, you're a good man. What time did you drink till yesterday?
Well, last I know, no, I was listening to Josie.
Oh, so you just maybe like 11, 12, 1 in there?
Something like that.
So you drank for maybe 12 to 15 hours straight.
And you're still hungover, though.
Oh, I'm hurting.
Dude, you should order some more McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm waiting for that to come out because I know that's going to be death, too.
The booze poos.
Hey, dude, you were really funny, though. Check your email. Some guy wants to give you a job, okay?
Yeah, hey, what did I win, man?
Nothing.
No, you won yesterday. You did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Dude, he's calling to find out what he won. He doesn't know what he won.
Yeah, we gave you like Edgefest. What did we give you?
Did I get chilies?
No,
Yeah,
I don't think you did.
No chilies.
You
No
didn't
chilies.
get chilies. But all day we're giving away
man.
chilies every hour after
Keep
10.
trying back.
Bummer, dude.
Oh, we don't have to give you the other stuff if you don't want.
Oh, that's all good.
Yeah, you got Big Rack. You got Edgefest.
All right.
Rise Against,
bro.
3 pairs of concert tickets, dude.
Oh, right on, man.
That's unbelievable.
Right on.
All right, dude.
Hey, one quick thing. I think I know what I was originally calling for because of Todd.
Yeah.
I mean, I love him and all, but you know that Spendenbog dude that brought out that full-page paper apologizing about the Leafs crap?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you should get, like, Todd to do that for putting a curse on him and maybe get a witch doctor in there and throw some chicken bones at him to get it.
Not a bad idea.
I wish, if you know, it's funny because I've been hearing that lately, and someone said, keep Todd away from the Marlies because they're actually doing well now. And I'm going, if people actually think I'm that powerful.
I don't know if you're that powerful, but
think,
you can't deny, dude. The Raptors were sailing along a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that
then
is
you
awesome.
Did a shoot around, they lost 13 in a row.
Well, what we have to do the next
year. You go
year,
to the Leaf dressing room, they're in 6th. A month later, they're in last.
Again, if I'm this powerful, like kudos to me, I'm going to use it against I'm going to use it against people. Figure out a way. We'll go to opposing teams next year.
Be a good idea. You must have spent some time up there at Virgin. Hey, the Edge.
Good morning.
I did see him.
Did you?
The Charlie Sheen night.
Oh, you did? Yeah, that's right.
Charlie Sheen's done nothing since I've seen him.
Zero, yeah. Hi, who's this? Sorry.
Hi, this is Nancy.
Hey, Nancy. What's up?
Not too much. I've been a long-time listener, about 11 years now.
Thank you.
And I'm just wondering, Dean, what is your beef with the French?
I don't have a beef with anyone who's French. Like, I don't have a beef with any Muslims or Christians. I have a beef with people that misrepresent their anything.
Right.
Do you understand what that means? Like, I don't like suicide. I like Muslim people. I hate suicide bombers.
You hate extremists.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know, when they say you can't, like, and in Quebec specifically, I really don't like, it's almost like a crime against humanity. Mm-hmm. What they're doing to the English language, they're making it like a joke. They've got French police, for Christ's sake. If we had white police, or if we had English police, the world would be a terrible place. But they're allowed to have the French language police.
I think you're dealing with a bunch of people who are so incredibly threatened that their culture, quote unquote, is being.
I haven't
really drowned out. So anyway, it's
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. I get.
And I have no issue with French people at all. I as a matter of fact, I think they should all be allowed special status and be allowed to be their own country. I really do.
Yeah. No, I don't necessarily disagree with you. I was just wondering. You often say,
Oh, because yesterday we were talking about the girl with Down syndrome.
That's right.
And I said she's only got Down syndrome. It's not like she's French.
Yes. Which I thought was funny.
Thank you.
And I'm French, but. Anyway, I was just wondering where this came from.
Oh, no, you know where it came from? It came from the exclusionary nature of the extremist French faction in Quebec. That's where it came from. I love French people, and I know a lot of French people that can't stand the separatists and extremists too. So I've got
It didn't come from the Hall strip joints. I'll tell you that.
No, because they'll accept anything if you give them $100.
Fair enough.
You can give them some poutine. You probably get a couple lappers.
Oh, yeah. A beaver tail for a beaver tail. You want to swap?
One you don't want.
Hi, The Edge.
Hey, is this Dean?
Yep.
Oh, Dean, what up? I got through.
What's up, man?
How's it going, boys?
Good.
Oh, my God. I can't believe I actually got through. I've been calling for years.
You have anything to say?
Oh, yeah, I do. I just wanted to say that you guys crack me up every day, and thank you for the laughs, man. I appreciate it. I work out here all alone in Caledon. So.
What are you doing?
Man.
What do you work?
Warehouse manager, just kind of working away, slaving with the man.
Are you the only guy in the warehouse?
I'm the only guy here. I'm in bum... Oh, sorry, I don't want to curse. I'm in bum crap nowhere and just look at trees and fields all day, so...
I wouldn't mind that job.
It's not bad.
It's peaceful.
No, I'd take your job.
Yeah, I would too, again. Over warehouse manager?
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
You
Do you
guys
have any questions? You can ask us any questions you want about the job.
Well, you know what? How's it working with Todd and Derek all day?
Sucks. Sucks ass. It's the worst.
Fair enough. Oh, I have to do one thing because I promised my friend's girlfriend that my cousin's girlfriend that I do this. I have to say this. Whore.
Whore, Derek.
It's a pretty lame version of it.
Yeah, that's what it is. He really didn't put any gumption into it. You want to teach him a thing or two.
Yeah, you ready, kiddo?
He's ready. He's off the phone. So
all right, listen up here. Here we go. You whore. You got to put a little sing-song into it.
What do you do? How do you do it? Like, how do you
You take a deep breath and you picture the most disgusting trollop call girl you've ever seen in your life and Mother Nature combined. And you say, you whore. You whore.
Don't have a heart attack, Uncle D.
Whore. Well, you got me going. You riled me up.
The Dean Blundell Show. Mornings.
It's so crazy.
On The Edge.
We have another guest on the phone. It's kind of a last-second thing. Michelle McDonald?
No, Catherine McDonald.
Okay, I'm sorry, Catherine. I might call you Michelle from time to time.
Yeah, you can. No, Michelle is not close, but that's okay.
Reporter for Global Television. How are you, Catherine?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good. Did you do the report? We talked about it this morning. A terrible story of this old prick that went and killed some lady's dog when she was taking it out for a walk. Is that true?
Yes, that's a very sad story that I did cover, and it really outraged people for sure.
Oh, dude, I have some clips here from the owner, and she. Did you talk to the owner? Did you talk to the lady?
I talked to the owner's daughter, so I guess the owner, the 24-year-old daughter who, loved that dog, Diesel.
Yeah. What was the, before we play any clips of the lady who's just heartbroken, and it's funny, anytime you talk about someone mistreating a family animal or a pet, boy, do you raise the ire of dog lovers, huh?
For sure. Well, animal lovers. And, in television, we always say if it's about an animal or a child, it will lead the newscast. Because pets are like people's children. Mm-hmm. And this story really raised the ire of people across Toronto.
Boy, I tell you something, too. If animals and kids should always lead a newscast, imagine then that frog boy that was born in Poland a couple of weeks ago. He'd be number one everywhere.
Double whammy.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Catherine, just to recap, what exactly happened in this situation, and what's happened to the guy, if you can kind of update us?
Well, according to the family, the woman was walking on her street. This guy comes up. The dog is barking. The dog's on a leash. And all of a sudden, this man who's carrying a stick with sort of a spear on the end starts to stab at the dog. Oh. And the woman says she ran over. The family told me they ran over to give the dog water. And by then, the dog was gone. And so the owner was standing there, and then the man ran off, and he was saying after he had stabbed the dog, make your dog stop barking, and he was yelling at the owner. But by then the dog was already basically dead.
So the guy was pissed off because the dog was barking at the guy when he was coming up to the lady and the dog?
I don't know how the two interacted, how they met, but they were, she was walking on a sidewalk on her street across from her home. It turns out he lives down the street. Another neighbor, when he heard the description of the man, said, I know exactly who that is because I've seen this guy walking around with this stick with the spear on the end of it.
Oh, he's had it before.
Well, and then as we were about to, go live at 6, a neighbor drives by and she says, I think I might have seen this guy a few years ago coming at my dog. So she was going to call the police. Definitely there are mental health issues at play here. This is a really sad story in the sense that no one in a right mind would do this. So police didn't release the name of the accused because people would be outraged and who knows what would happen.
I found that interesting. I'm sorry, Todd. Catherine, I found that Catherine McDonald from Global Television is our guest. She covered the story of the guy that the woman whose dog, Diesel, was stabbed with a stick and a shiv, and the dog died, and the old guy's 68-year-old crazy loon prick. Is that why they didn't release his name? They're afraid people would just go over and beat the crap out of him?
I talked to the people in media relations in York Region, and they said we had a discussion about this. I mean, many people emailed me or tweeted me and said, why won't they release his name? And I can't imagine what would happen if we released his name. I mean, people are so passionate about their pets. Mm-hmm. Would there be vigilantism? I don't know. But I understand in some way why they didn't. Yeah. Even telling people that he lived on the street, I mean, some people this would really incense them. And in any event, he is in court in May, and we may follow that when he goes to court and get his name and release it at that time.
At a girl.
Well, we have just careful. We do have a few listeners who already want to go there, and we want to do a dog sit-in or stand-in, and everyone is just going to poop all over their lawns.
Men, the women, the dogs. We're all going to defecate on his lawn.
No, I understand. Yeah.
You can come too if you want and cover it. It might be crazy video, Catherine.
Let me know. We'll be there with cameras rolling.
It'll be the lead for sure on the newscast.
Yeah, well, protests they're good TV, but I don't know about that one.
No, be pretty crappy protest.
Oh, there you go.
Bet they don't do that on the TV. Catherine McDonald from Global News, thank you very much for your time, and hopefully we can check in with you from time to time.
Well, I thought you guys were going to talk about the other big story that we covered.
Which one's that?
Let me go. Harold, the jewelry buyer.
Yeah.
You're at the right place.
And I was having people laughing, and I was thinking for sure you were going to go there. I mean,
well, we loved his interviews with how he strategically placed his sign right behind him.
No. The thing about this bungling thief, even the police are even stunned when this guy, as Harold said. Most thieves, they conceal their identity, they cover their faces. This guy came in with his, face uncovered, and he left his identity. Harold was like, this isn't a normal thief. Who does that, right?
Well, was Harold surprised? Let me ask you this. Again, Catherine McDonald from Global Television, our guest. So you covered that. Now, let me ask you something about Harold. Does he know that he's in a very risky entrepreneurial venture by pawn shopping and loan sharking?
Yeah, he's been doing it for 30 years, and he knows it's a risky business. I mean, you can't get in the store without buzzing through a couple of gates, and if you look shady, he won't let you in. But he said this guy came in a number of times. He seemed legitimate. He gained some trust, and he wanted to trade some rings. He wanted to get some cash for his rings, and he said the guy had some good stuff. But, they were literally at the point where he had put down his ID, he had his address, his name. And then the funniest part of this story, I mean, it's not funny. Harold was really badly injured and realized he could have been, maybe killed, I guess. But the weirdest thing is after he pistol whipped him, when he made off, the only thing he took were his own rings. Like, he didn't even...
it was the sport.
He was just angry with the guy, I guess. Yeah.
Not only does he leave his ID, but he doesn't even take anything, just the stuff he brought to pawn.
Catherine, you brought up part of the story that we didn't even explore because we just couldn't stop laughing at Harold giving the black eye interview with his phone number in the background, just to make sure he didn't miss out on his opportunities.
Harold he likes to be on camera. Yeah. We know that. And he doesn't quite understand how you do TV because he does sort of infomercials and news is a little bit different. But he was like, "Could you put my number up?" And I'm like, "Don't worry, people know where you are, Harold." And he's a very nice man.
Oh, did he really?
Can we do testimonials during it? I have 4 people here who want to say, "I love the Harold the Jewelry Buyer."
He honestly cannot shoot in his shop without getting a picture of him behind because his picture is everywhere.
Smart. Catherine McDonald from Global Crime Reporter. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we can check in with you again.
Okay, thanks for having me.
Have a great day.
Good talking to you.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, nice lady.
Very nice lady.
Yeah. Boy, it's nice to get the scoop on those. We should have her back.
Yeah,
be
we'll get her back.
A crazy crime reporter. Like, when guys leave their entire life history at the scene of a crime where they pistol whip a jewelry guy.
Just to grab their own jewelry.
Just to get your stuff back. That happened to OJ, too. He's in jail. That true?
Yeah, for this exactly memorabilia.
He's going to be in jail for like 13 years just for stealing his own clothes back. The
That's
irony.
my signature.
Yeah.
I was just minding my own business.
It's the Dean Blundell Show.
I was like, boom, it was coming up, boom, boom. Everyone was like,
The Dean Blundell Show.
reality hits you hard, bro.
On 102.1 The Edge.
Time for Wha Happened. Ladies' Day today, huh? Hi, The Edge.
Hello.
What's up, Toots?
Not much. I'm just on my way to work.
All right. And where are you calling from?
I live in Bradford, but I'm on my way to Stouffville.
I like Bradford. I like Stouffville, too.
Yeah.
Does Bradford have the Carrot Festival?
Yes, they do.
Yep. That's big news every time I go through there. It's
tons of ladies are running there.
Tons
are
of
they?
ladies
Yeah.
jumping around with these huge carrots with big smiles on their faces. I couldn't figure it out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never been myself.
Big glistening carrots.
What happened?
Hey, what happened? Hey, what happened?
I don't
think so.
Well, I went home to Perry Sound. This was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And there was a comedy show going on at the Charles W. Stockey Center there.
Love that place.
And Pauly Shore was headlining.
Excuse me, is that not where the Bobby Orr
That's
Museum
where the Bobby
is?
Orr Museum
Yeah,
is,
I've been
yeah.
there. I've been there.
it
Yeah, it's
is.
cool. Okay,
Yep.
so cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty nice place.
So Pauly Shore, huh?
Is it the
Yeah.
Bobby Orr Museum?
Yeah, and the Charles W. Stockey Center is the Performing Arts Center.
Gotcha.
And so he was performing there with a couple of other comedians, and I made myself known to him. I was just waving at him, and at the end of the show, I went up to say hi, and he asked me if I wanted to go to his dressing room and chat a little bit. So I went with him. And
You want you to wheeze the juice?
I don't know if they call that the juice. Stuff that comes out of it's the juice.
he went to the bathroom, and when he came out, he basically just walked right up to me and started kissing me, and we started making out, and he tried to get me to on him, but I said, no way.
Yeah.
So I just liked being the girl that says that I made it with Pauly Shore.
You know, I hate to break your bubble, but I think there's a lot of girls that can say they made out with Pauly Shore.
hey,
And you know what?
I
It's
agree.
almost like saying you made out with Bob Guinea from The Bachelor. That's how much cachet Pauly Shore has. Was he a good kisser?
Oh, hell no.
Did he have a big wiener?
I have no idea.
He didn't
and
pull it out?
I didn't find out. No, he didn't pull it out.
Are you good looking?
I am.
Oh yeah. And why would you Why would you make out with him if you weren't going to touch it?
Just to say that I can. That
So
I
how
made
did you
out
get
with
out?
It's not a big
Like
deal,
if
though.
you said it's not. If you
It's
said
like,
to
it would
him,
be
hey,
like kissing me. Like, it's not a big
Yeah.
deal.
It's a Perry Sound big
no,
deal.
kissing you is more relevant than kissing Pauly Shore.
I actually had to leave because my mom worked there.
Makes sense. Did you tell him that? Hey, my mom's here. I gotta go.
Yeah, she was right outside the door, so when I came out, she was a little confused as to why.
Your mom too.
Who's your friend, Patty?
wanna waste the juice? Buddy.
Playing with
Remember
Joey.
Okay, hang on a
He
second.
was so mad at us a few years ago.
Oh,
You remember
so
that?
mad.
Following him around to other
He
radio
treated
stations.
him like crap. He was a dick, though. He was being a dick to us.
No, I
so
remember, and then he did an interview at another radio station. I
And-
went in with him. I pretended I befriended him. So
Yeah.
he's like, come in with me, man. And then you were telling me things to say. You're like, bark like a dog, Todd.
Yeah. It was on the flow. That was
Yeah.
hilarious. I don't mind saying the name
on
because he
the
needs as
flow.
much help as they can get right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Hi, The Edge.
Hello,
Hi, who's this?
this is Laura.
Hey, Laura, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
Hey, what happened? Hey, what happened?
What the happened? What the happened?
What happened?
Okay, so keep in mind this is a not very, but it's a gross what happened. At the point of this story, I was on my lady time of the month.
Your gentle moments?
Yes.
You were having some gentle moments,
my
were you?
feminine moments.
Your moon time.
So when me and my boyfriend first started dating, we decided to go out, have some fun. And so we went to a bar, and me being a complete lightweight, I got completely intoxicated. So I don't remember going home, but in the morning I woke up, said goodbye, and I went home. And not too long afterwards, he gave me a phone call saying that he saw his cat playing with something, and he went to go take a look, and I don't know what happened, but apparently I left my
Used sanitary napkin.
Out somewhere, and that's pretty much it. And I was embarrassed, but I guess he loved me because we're still together.
Oh, yeah. If you love someone, that stuff doesn't bother you. No. That's illegal.
That ain't catnip.
Hi, The Edge.
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
This is Laura.
Lavora?
Laura, another Laura.
Oh, another Laura. I thought you said your name was Lavora. I was going to say, what an unbelievable name.
That would be a cool name.
Where are you from?
I am from the States.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, sorry, you need this. I got to give this to you.
What happened?
Hey, what happened? Hey, what happened?
Happened? My first time having sex. My boyfriend didn't have a condom.
So the first time having sex, your boyfriend didn't have a condom.
Yeah. So his solution was to wrap it in saran wrap and put a rubber band on it.
What? Are you from Buffalo?
Yeah. Well, not really.
You said it, Dick.
No, I think you are. Close enough.
Yeah, I'm in Buffalo right now.
Say wrap again. Say saran wrap.
Saran wrap?
Yeah, you're from Buffalo. Okay.
Yeah, you win. Congratulations.
You're a winner on the Dean Blundell Show.
The least of your issues is your boyfriend using saran wrap to have sex with you.
You know what I find more amazing, though?
What's that?
How do you have readily available saran wrap and an elastic band, but not a condom?
Even she's laughing. She doesn't know, do you?
Well, we were at his grandma's house. That's the sad part.
You're at his grandma's house. So they're probably pretty old, the rubber bands, and pretty old saran wrap. It smelled like mothballs.
Oh.
We were at his grandma's house.
We used mothballs instead of Benwell balls, too. You're being really creative that day.
Yeah, we candlelight dinner, some prune juice. It was the best.
The Dean Blundell Show.
What happened?
Mornings on The Edge.
Hi, The Edge.
Hello.
Hey, dude.
Is Uncle D there?
You know, this is like sweeping the nation, dude. Your Jimmy Stewart impression that has turned perverted.
What do you need?
I just wanted to say hello, you know.
Well, thanks for calling in and doing that.
Yeah.
What are you doing right now? What are you?
Whores out there just driving around looking for whores.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. You guys do a great thing with this radio.
Oh, thanks, dude.
What does he want? I don't know.
Hi, The Edge.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good, man. What's up?
You know what? This goes back about a week or so when you guys had George Mamalidi on.
Yeah.
And Dean was talking about the plot of land he would like to have, and you said, I would love it to be on Cummer. I don't know if you guys caught it, but I think it was Derek. He said, what, not Coxwell? It was the funniest thing, man. I almost crashed into a beam. It was great.
Oh, awesome. I think Todd actually said it this time.
We've used it before. Yeah.
It's because it's the street I live on. So
there he goes again. There he goes again. There he goes. He's got to say it first. Todd's got to say it first.
Derek, but I said it.
I'm applauding the statement. I don't care who said it. But then you're like, actually, I think I said that funny line.
We all do that.
You know what you should do at the end is just catalog all your funny lines, Todd. They're so funny. Hi, The Edge.
Appreciating was mine.
I thought Cummer was very funny.
Hey, guys.
I didn't. Hi, The Edge.
I lived on Cummer.
That's nice. Hi, we're still here. Todd can't shut up. Go ahead.
I wanted to talk about, I seen a study a couple months back that said...
Saw.
There's a study on the internet that said if you smoke a joint once a week, it will increase your lung capacity.
Where'd you read it?
There's tons of Google. It's on Google.
Sure.
You know what I love?
Research is perfect.
Yeah. Do you know what I love is when guys that smoke a bunch of weed try and look for justification for weed smoking on the internet.
Yeah.
I read this one. It's okay, dude. I get it. I do the same thing. I was looking for other benefits as well. And one of them that I was laughing about, it said, there have never been any direct correlation between pot smoking and cancer. Ever. And so I remember sitting there going, I leaned back in my chair when I read it, and I went, Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I'm going to use that every day. Oh, my God.
I did some research and it said you could burn those things off with a hairspray and a Bic lighter, and no, that was a bad move.
The internet is awesome.
Off with that. Yeah.
Hi, The Edge.
And one of them that... Hello?
Hey, dude.
What's up?
How are you?
Is this, who is this?
Who's this?
It is Alex.
This is Dean.
No way.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's up, dude?
Nothing. I'm just talking about the Gspot thing you guys were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's a great story. Todd found it this morning.
Yeah.
It found him, maybe. They found the Gspot. It's on an 83-year... What's that?
I was telling all my friends to, grab the bum, I guess, and stick the thumb in and dig down, and all of them were like, "Oh yeah, you're retarded." But today you've proved me right, and I can laugh at all my friends.
Well, sir, I think you're leaving out some science, but yeah. Shove your thumb in and dig down. No, I think you're...
Not my penis. My thumb.
No, I know what you said, thumb. I get it. What I'm saying is, dude, I like you, by the way. You said, you go, "Oh, I've been telling my buddies to take your thumb and dig it right down there. They think I'm retarded." All I was saying was you left some science out of it, that's all.
Well, yeah.
But you're probably right.
I know. No, because there's a pocket, and I think you have to get them horny before you actually get them.
Oh, my God. You gotta prime the pump. They're like chainsaws. Prime it a few times. Yeah, the story was a doctor in Florida named Adam Ostrensky went to Poland and cut up an 83-year-old dead lady. And apparently found the ever-elusive Gspot. It's like finding the Sasquatch. That's how much news this guy's made. It's like there was more news about this and less news about the cure for or the staving off of any AIDS vaccines.
It's important stuff, though, Dean.
This study makes polio and the vaccine and this discovery of it look like we figured out how to squeeze pimples. That's how important this study apparently is. Also, the grossest of all the studies.
Yeah,
because
she's
it
83.
Says 83-year-old dead lady in Poland. Quote, stratum by stratum, they conducted a thorough examination of the anterior vaginal wall dissection of an 83-year-old cadaver.
They did the operation on her ankles.
No, that was to find her boobs.
Oh,
That's the breast cancer one.
Yeah. So anyway, here's what they found. Under 5 layers of connective tissue, muscle, and some guy's watch.
And a class ring.
Class ring and a biscuit. And some Werthers. Some Werthers and a biscuit.
She forgot what her mouth was.
Yeah, she was confused. Got the two openings mixed up.
Why am I not feeling full?
She was wiping her mouth and putting food in her hoo-ha. That's how old she was.
Like butterscotch.
That's why she died. Anyway, so the old bird dies. Guy goes over, cuts 5 layers of connective tissue muscle, 16.5 millimeters from the upper part of the urethra. It was an area not usually accessed during a gynecological surgery. However, he says there's no reason everybody's ever found it before. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I found it like 100 times.
Yeah, he's a loser. That's what he's confirming. Yeah.
On the weekend.
And it wasn't a cadaver.
No.
Oh, wasn't? Okay.
But I'll read this to you. He found the Gspot. It was 8.1 millimeters long inside the sac.
She was a sack.
The sac is a blue... Oh, you operated on it. Dude, you just found the wiener. The sac was this crazy story, this bluish grape-like composition. Basically, right at the bottom of the gooch. I'm kind of just telling you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the guy, when he called, although short on any scientific perspective, he's right. You got to dig your thumb down there.
It's pretty accurate.
Again, cut your nail. Again.
Get him all horny. Yeah, that's what he said. Too funny. Yeah.
Their permission helps too.
Yeah. Hi, The Edge.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey, dude.
Hey, I have to say I love the show and everything, but there's been one thing I've disagreed with is the truck driving. You guys, you were cutting up dump truck drivers last week there, I heard you.
Excuse me. Excuse me. That was Todd.
See, I'll take credit for
that
the
was
bad
not
too.
me. I love truck drivers. Dean and truck drivers pals. Todd and truck drivers not.
And again, man, I said only the extreme ones. Like there are some, I said,
he
and
did.
not all.
He did.
And some of them are very dickish in nature, but not. I'm sure it's only a very small percentage of them.
Buddy, I'd love to take you along one day. Come with me, and I'll show you all day long. You should see the crap that we put up with. It's unbelievable.
Oh, I know.
Long.
Well, I
you
love
know
what you guys do. I mean,
I'm
listen.
sure that it's like there's no. You don't love truck
No,
drivers.
I mean, no. I respect what they do.
bring gravel.
I just respect what they do.
I do too. I respect anybody that works hard. They're bringing gravel.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Is that true?
In the end, we are just dumb truck drivers, right?
No, you're not.
No, we said dump truck drivers.
Keep it up, guys.
Thanks,
you guys
dude.
are the best.
Take care. I can't believe how rude you were to dump truck drivers.
You know, there
super
are,
dick move. We have most of our listeners are dump truck
There are
drivers.
some drivers who are new to the country.
What do you mean? What do you say?
And then there are some drivers who are. There's a lot of dump truck drivers who are new to the country. And I'm just saying, sometimes there's different rules, like on the road. You know what I mean? In different places.
If you're a dump truck driver in, let's say, a different country, there's different rules for that. You come here, you start driving a dump truck. Most of those guys used to be doctors, though. Hi, The Edge.
Morning, how's it going, guys?
Wonder why they're pissed.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. I'd cut you off, too, if I had to move to a different country and be a doctor.
Yeah.
What? I can only drive truck? Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Just on my way up to Cochrane to work.
All right.
I got a comment about the CHH there when they had all the gay porn on and all that.
Did you see it?
You know what? I never got a chance to see it. I was on my way home, but I heard about it. But imagine all the poor gay guys that had to watch the CHH news.
I wonder if anybody was watching the morning news on CHCH and gay porn broke in, and finally they went, oh, quality. Finally.
This must be the lifestyle section.
Yeah. Now this is entertainment.
Plays of the week.
That guy. Did you hear what was on the screen too when the gay porn was on?
I just heard hardcore, whatever.
Without question, yeah. It was some big, super buff bear.
Yeah, really.
With a black vest on and a little skinny guy, just mouth-ing the guy.
For 3 minutes?
For 3 minutes. And apparently the guy had a big...
He did,
That's longevity.
And he was wham, wham, the guy... Yeah, and like everybody said the same thing. It was just hysterical. One guy was in a waiting room at a doctor's office in Hamilton.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and he's like sitting there. He looks up, and all of a sudden he sees the guy in the vest just getting a big bag.
102.1 The Edge pauses. Okay, that's enough.
This pause brought to you by the Dean Blundell Show.
Weekday mornings on The Edge.
Joining us on the telephone, a very busy Buck Martinez from your Toronto Blue Jays play-by-play announcer. Hello, Mr. Martinez.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
We're doing good. Hey, you know, you and I talked a couple of times. I was in the elevator. I don't know if you remember this, with my 3 kids, and they all had popcorn. You remember that?
Sure do.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was amazed that you're even better looking in person, sir.
Well, I don't know about that. It's been a rough road trip, so you know what? This time of the year, things get pretty hectic.
How so?
Well, you know, Bucks are up early doing calisthenics, right? Because he had that bum leg. Right, so he's probably doing a lot of stretching in the morning. Is that the deal?
Yeah, I have. That's the only way I can get around. If I don't take care of myself, then I'll never be able to get around at night.
Jays, winners of 4 in a row. They go into Baltimore last night. It was kind of a weird game. Won it Marcus Thames, and he hit a home run off his glove, and he hit his own home run too.
Eric,
pardon me, Eric
yeah.
Thames. Why am I saying Marcus?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, he hit a monster home run, and just one of 58 home runs to be hit out on Utah Street. But at the same time, you know what? That was a tough fight. I don't know if the ball would have gone out had he not touched it, but certainly gave it a great effort, and it just happened to carry him off his glove and went out of the ballpark, and that was the difference in the ball game. Terrific game by both pitchers. Henderson Alvarez, this is a real interesting series. Having Alvarez, Drabek, and Hutchison pitch in this series, Alvarez is 22, Drabek's 24, and Hutchison's 21. It really speaks well about the future of the Blue Jays, but they need to win a game here.
And they just brought up this Drew kid, right?
Yeah. Hutchison, they brought up Drew Hutchison recently.
Yeah, he made his debut in Kansas City. He won his first game. He went 5 1/3, gave up 8 hits. He wasn't great. He wasn't as good as I've seen him in the spring, and I think he'll be better next time out. But, it's pretty encouraging that you can have 3 pitchers under 24 in your rotation, and this organization is really headed for a bright future.
No kidding. A good group of guys too. Except for that, I was down on the field with my kids the other day, and I was watching you and Pat Tabler. When you guys stand behind the batting cage, do you go, guys, you're opening up too much to the? Do you give them advice or no? Do you yell at them and call them names?
No, we keep our mouth shut. That is not our department.
But do they ask you for? Do they ask you for advice? Because you're a legendary ball player. Your history here is impeccable. But do guys ever come up like to Brett? Because you guys talk a lot when you go, hey, I was talking to Brett before the game. He said this is going on. I was talking to Casey Jansen. He said this is going on. Do they come up and still ask you for advice and stuff?
They don't necessarily ask us for advice, but we do talk to them every day to find out what's going on, how we can bring some new information to the audience. For instance, tonight, Kyle Drabek has found out a little mechanical flaw in his approach. He was separating his hands before, after he was moving, and we're going to break that down tonight on the telecast. But, we talk to them every single day. I'm at the ballpark at 2 o'clock every day for a 7 o'clock game. And we talk to the managers, the coaches, the opposing teams. We talk to everybody. So we can bring something to the show on a given night that nobody else knows. And that's how you develop a relationship with your team. And it starts in spring training. I'm there every day in spring training. We talk to the players. I watch them work. And that's how I can welcome an Evan Crawford and a Drew Hutchison to the big leagues, and they feel comfortable talking to me because they've seen me since early February.
Let me ask you one quick question about talking to those guys, too. Do you understand Brett Laurie?
Very well. I took Brett Laurie to lunch on Saturday in Kansas City. Brett Laurie, JP Arancibia, myself, we sat down with George Brett, the Hall of Famer in Kansas City.
Wow.
And we had a great lunch, and those 2 young players could speak George Brett language. It was a great lunch.
Oh, was it? That must have been a legend. That you, George Brett, JP, and Brett all at the same lunch. Did you go, man? This is kind of neat.
It was very neat. I was the guy that put it together. I thought these 2 young kids would enjoy listening to George Brett. And indeed, they did.
Now,
George Brett enjoyed listening to them too.
You probably learned some new stuff.
You needed a red. You know what you need for Brett is like a Red Bull to English dictionary when he really gets going.
It was a good time. They enjoyed it.
Buck Martinez, 2 more games. What do you expect? The next couple of games here. Who's throwing? And where do the Blue Jays sit? Lastly, because it's top of 10 and everybody's 10-7. 4 teams tied for first in the AL East.
Yeah, you know what? Tonight, Drabek, tomorrow, Hutchison, and Baltimore's improved a bit. Jason Hamill, we saw last week up in Toronto. He's pitching tonight, and then Brian Mattis, the left-hander, they hit around pretty good. So if they could win these 2 games, it would be a terrific road trip. To be able to have a road trip like this, you play 7 games and you win 5 of the 7, I think it would be a great road trip.
Well, listen, really appreciate your time from Scientologists, okay? That's all I'm saying. Apparently a big Scientology gathering in Baltimore this weekend. Don't get caught up in that business, Buck.
Well, let me tell you something. I live in Clearwater, Florida, and that's all I need to say.
All right, brother. Appreciate your time. You have a great day.
You too.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Buck Martinez from your Toronto Blue Jays. What a nice guy.
The Dean Blundell Show, 102.1 The Edge.